Alright, in this video we will try to understand about strings in JavaScript, how we can use strings to build our programs and how are they stored in our operating system, in what way JavaScript handles strings, and what are the different ways to create a string in JavaScript, and how we can use strings to perform different tasks in our application. So if we see the bigger picture, strings are as small as like this. Const my name. Strings in initializing strings is as easy as this, and we can do it like this also. We can use single quote. This is also a valid string, and we can also use backticks. This is also a valid string. So these are the three ways to build a string or initialize a string in a JavaScript program. And and the second thing is how are they stored in our program when we initialize them. For that, let's try to understand how they are initialized. This is the shorthand way of initializing this. If we in the JavaScript language, when we initialize this, what happens underlying is this const equal to a new constructor called string is called, which initializes this. So when we write this, this is compiled into this code, and this runs. And if we see inside it, this is an TypeScript file, declaration file. This is setting up the string, adding a padding till the string, adding max length, etc. to the string, and storing it inside the memory. So underlying thing is this. So if we try to run it inside our uh, browser, we can see how the string looks like and how is it stored in our uh, JavaScript runtime. If we open the inspect command and open the console. So if we write this and try to access my name, we can see string like this. String is as an object. If we open this, it is split into five parts, and every part has a index. And it looks like an array, but it is not an array. It is an object. Every character of the string is assigned to a key and its value. And if we open this prototype thing, we can see all the operations that are inbuilt into JavaScript that we can perform on the string. So string as a whole is important, but the most important thing about string is how we can manipulate them and how what operations we can perform on top of them to use them in different type of scenarios. So the important thing is these functions. So let's take some important function and try to implement them and see how they work. We cannot do all of them because these are a lot, so you have to search about them and read some articles to understand how they work. So let's start with let's take two lowercase. Okay, so if we perform this operation in a string, and this was the way of initializing it, we will do it like this. So we initialize the string my name equal to Ayush. If we log it and perform operation on it like this. My name dot to low, lowercase and invoke this function. What we should get is the lowercase version, but it is already in lowercase, so we will when we run it we will see the same thing. But if we change it to uppercase like this, when we run it, we will see the string converted to lowercase, as you can see. But and there is a opposite version of this also to uppercase. If we do it in lowercase and run it, it will convert into uppercase. These are the two good functions that we use. Then there is other function called split. Split function is used many times in authentication and building middlewares. I know you don't know about middlewares if you are a beginner in JavaScript, but if we when we use middlewares, we do something like this. We get a token in the cookie like this. Const token, let's store it in a string. It looks like this bearer, then space, then some random string. Maybe it's like this, a long random string. So when we get this token, we get the token like this in our header or cookie or anything. When we get this, we need to split this string by a space because we don't need this bearer part to access our data. We need this token. This is the use case when we use something like split to do this. So if we write it like this, const token is dot split, and we give it space. So what it will do is when the space comes, it will split it into two parts and will give and it will create an array and give the index 1 0 to bearer and second index to token. So if we try to access the index number 1, what we probably should see is this token in our output. If we run it, as you can see, it is our output. If you do not understand it straight away, let's try to break it down and see how they work. So what we did is we initialized a string like this, a token. This is not needed. We initialized a string like this, and what we did is we ran a function on this token dot split and give it space. So when we run this token dot split and give it a space, what it does is first it will go to uh, token that is this constant that this operation is performing on we are performing on, and it will go to one by one its indexes. As you can see in the previous example, strings are stored like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We can access every index of it individually. So it goes like this. It will go to the first sentence, first word, first character, and check if it is space or not. It will go to the second character, check if it is space or not. It is not. It will go to the third, it will go to the fourth, fifth, sixth. No space is found. But when it goes to the sixth index, or if we start from 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it is the sixth index and seventh location. in if we see the length. So in the sixth index, we see that the space is found. So what token dot split does is, when the space is found, it will split this string from here. It will remove this space from the string and split the string into two parts. One part will contain this bearer thing, and the second part will s- save this token. And this becomes a array. And this is the zeroth index of that array, and this is the first index of that array. And when we log this, what happens is what we did in our console log. We did it like this: console.log. We ran this function. What it did is it splitted this and converted into an array, and give this 0 1 index to that array. And after that, when we access the first index, it points to this thing. And this is why we got that token enhancer. If we try to console log only this, what we see is this: what is it is an array with that is splitted like this. Or what if we add nothing to this? If we remove everything, if we do it like this, it will it will go to every character of this string and see if but there is no condition here. We added nothing to check. If it goes to B, it nothing, no condition is there, so it is true. So it splits this string from here. It goes to this. It again it is true. It splits from here and goes to every character of this string and sees that everything is true, and goes to, and then it pushes to everything to the array, and uh, create an array out of it and store it in somewhere in the memory, and then after that console log this. So this is about split method and uppercase lowercase method. There are other like this. For example, dot length. If we run this, we can get the length of the our string. String at last is like a array. We can get the length of it in this function using. You can see there are 54 characters in this string. If we do it for this string, my name dot length, we can see the length of my name. There are 5 characters: one, two, three, four, five. So this does not count from indexes. This count from the one from 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. This does not count like an array like from the zero index. This is about the string, and there is also a thing called backticks. How we can use this syntax to concatenate two strings together. This is a modern syntax that is used nowadays in modern applications, and we build something from JavaScript. So in the older time, we concatenate with strings like this. For example, we have this my name equal to I use. If we want to concatenate this to another string, we will do it like this: my name and plus and something like Sharma. And if we run this, it will print my name. Yeah, as you can see, it is concatenated together. But this looks ugly. We can do it, or we can also do it like this. We can write a comma. This will do the same thing. But this looks ugly, and we don't want to do this. We have it, so then we can use backtick to do this. If we write it like this, my name is, and when we write, and then the dollar sign, and we open a curly brace. Inside this curly brace will be the any variable we want to inject here. We want to inject my name here, so we will write it like this. When we run this, this variable will be injected into the string, and this also looks ugly like the other way of doing it, and the output is the same. Again, we can do it like this too. Nothing will change. My name is plus my name. The result will be the same. As you can see, my name is. But this is the modern way. This looks better than this, and this is the better way to do this in the in our modern applications. And most of the applications you see in open source will be using this. So this was all about strings. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel if you found this video as useful. Thank you.